I am only a guidepost. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm only a guidepost, okay? Good morning, you guys. So, I was sitting there, I wanted to piggyback on what I was telling you guys last night, right? So, when you order your certificate of live birth and you do everything properly, this is how it's gonna look. You know, like I said, these people sign this, and then look, you see the raised seal, this official document. So this is not my shit, you know? Like, these are their rules, this is what they go by. So you guys can see it. I've been showed you guys this shit years ago. So why would they put their name on something that is bullshit? You know, this is how you take control of your self-ownership of self. You have to do this, and it protects you in taking liability. So, with that being said, why people feel like we owe a debt, we know we don't owe a debt, because the contract that we set up is just honestly is letting them know, okay, we know what's going on. We are going to use certain accounts, do certain things to discharge our offset. The same thing you guys are doing on the public side is just you can't create any documents. You have to use the public documents that are sent to you, so therefore you need to know how to defer the payment on the public side because you're not competent enough to deal with instruments and contracts. That's all that means, you know. Yeah, that's just really it in a nutshell. It protects your property, it protects you, so they can't, for real, just go out here and do shit to you, especially if you're being peaceful. You know, now, if you're going out here feeling like you're above the law, they have every right because you're a danger to society. But, like, yeah, if you're peaceful, you're just protecting your assets for generational wealth. Okay, so now this is the good thing. Like, I'm trying to explain to you why you set them up and how you set them up. So, as long as I can show proof, so let's say I go out here and I apply for a $50,000 loan, right? And I get turned down for that $50,000 loan. I got turned down for my $50,000 loan, you know, for my household goods because they have a score. They have my reputation, my experience, and people are ruining my reputation, and I never even gave them permission to put a report, nor was I ever given the option that I can opt out of any consumer report, you know, any of my non-public information being posted. You see the games that they play, you know, so that's why I say you got to hold them accountable, y'all. And you set them up so you can get your money. So now they owe me a $50,000 loan. You can go after whoever for that loan, the consumer reporting agency. But, yeah, I believe that's enough to kind of hold y'all down, just piggybacking off of what I told you guys yesterday. I'm doing work, you know, I got shit going on. I got work going on, but I really don't want to do no work. I just want to, you know, I trust in my processes that I'm doing on the public side using the consumer laws, you know. And I'm just waiting. Like I said, I got that slip, so they got 15 days. I'm waiting for the other slips. Once I get the other slips, I know exactly, like, that's when shit starts. So they'll have 15 days from that date where I got the slip. And like I said, we either going to settle out or we're going to take it to court. And they don't want to take it to court. They're going to want to settle out. But you got to be, like I said, prepared. And like I said, they reopen my accounts, but all my accounts are still restricted. But I make shit work. We're dealing with extended credit, so they should not be denying you any credit. Like I said, a credit score, that's bullshit because they redline, you know what I'm saying, people. They look at your zip code and they see, oh, this is a poor area, so we're not going to give them nothing. Oh, this is a poor, you know, area. That's why we set up business, you know, we set up physical addresses in nice neighborhoods, you know, with a high media of income and housing. So now you're looked upon as a good business in a nice area, so you're not high risk. You're low risk, so they don't mind, giving you whatever. They're not supposed to do that, but they discriminate and play games like that all the time. That's why people are down. And then if anybody is able to defer payment, what the fuck does a credit score mean? Why would they deny then you can get rid of? Okay, I just want to clarify something, you guys, right? Like I said, I'm just a guidepost. There are many ways you can do this process. There's so much paperwork that you can do to really lock your shit down, solidify. So I had somebody that's Moorish. I am Moor, and Moor just means dark hair, dark skin, dark eyes. Do I feel like I'm Moorish American? No. Do I want to be associated with Moorish Americans? No. Okay, I'm not trying to be rude, but the Moors that I've ran into or seen, it be some dirty shit going on, and I don't see the unity. I feel like everybody want to be right. They tell you what you need to follow, and then they be dusty as fuck. Just my opinion. I don't want nothing to do with that. You know what I'm saying? My skin is Moor, but I don't feel like, oh yeah, I'm Moorish American. I have to follow by Noble Drew Ali and all of this. Like, that's not me. So they were saying I wasn't being honorable because I have El Bay in my name. That's just merely one of the entities that I use. And if people feel that's disrespectful and all that, I'm not about to go in deep about a fucking name. It's a name, a label. I don't care. As far as operating in commerce, when I go to these courts or I've been got into it, like, I'm not in jail. I still have my shit. The debt that I do acquire, I'm getting rid of all of that. I move a certain way, so I don't care to go deep in paperwork. I don't care to be a part of the Moorish Science Temple. I'm an individual. I like to stay that way. I don't believe in religion or none of that shit. Like, I do me. I pray to my ancestors. I'm guided by my ancestors and my creators, and that's just how I operate and what I do. Yeah, me personally, I'm not about to be associated with any group. I don't want to be a part of any religion. I just let my ancestors guide me. But I really encourage people, like, yeah, if it was up to me, like I said, I'm very susceptible to information. I would love to have a platform where we just have this one platform that everybody can come to and everybody speak their truth. You back your shit up and people have a choice on what courses they want to take, who they learn from, but everybody's getting paid. Everybody is kumbaya. I would love some shit like that. Will that shit happen? No, because everybody feels like they're right and everybody want to be right and tell you if you don't do this and that. I don't feel like it's so much shit, y'all. It's so much. You do as you feel and what protects you and work for you and just live your fucking life. That's how I do, and that's all I'm gonna do, okay? This is what I simply told them. If you've been studying and you've been doing this shit for years, there's so many people that's been doing this. Like I said, their process is pretty much the same but different, okay? There's always going to be paperwork to file. There's always going to be something to do, right? I love information. I'll read and I take heed. But at the end of the day, just start teaching people what you know. Start classes, teach people the way that you were taught or what you feel is correct, because everybody, once again, is an individual. Everybody's not going to feel comfortable with everybody's process, but once again, it's all pretty much the same. It's always going to be paperwork. You could do this, you can do that. Believe me, I try to do everything in my power to keep my shit as locked down as possible where I'm cool. I have not had any issues, so this works for me. It may not work for the next. So yeah, I encourage people, now is the time. Back then it was kind of hard because when you go telling this information, it wasn't a lot of people just really putting the information out like we are now. So if you got information, you've been moving a certain way, you do your process a certain way, go ahead, start classes, start a channel, give people your information, tell people your truth on how you move and back, as long as you back the shit up and you're not trying to lead anybody astray. astray. That's why I tell people the good and the bad. I'm only a guidepost. You guys have to get your own understanding, your own overstanding. This was just under my overstanding. I did a lot of shit backwards. I honestly knew about discharge before I even knew about authenticating a birth certificate or doing whatever. So I learned a lot of shit backwards, but I learned it on my own. Do not take my word for it. Go study, go do your own. And if you know information, let people know. The only thing that I do, you guys, and I tell you guys all the time, we just guideposting. That's it. Merely. We're just fucking guideposting, okay? Like I said, there's so many processes, a blueprint. With every blueprint, what do? You can add on to the blueprint. You can make that blueprint yours, or you could just merely follow somebody else's blueprint. But everybody has an opportunity because somebody then had a thought, and somebody then took that thought process that they had and put it on paper and was successful. It worked for them. Like, I just don't get caught up feeling like I say, I'm just a guidepost. My information, I just show you guys where I get the information from, and you guys have your own opinion. You got your own understanding, and you go ahead and figure it out. But you know what you read, and so you are able to do certain things. So yeah, that's just where I stand, y'all. So if you hit me up and giving me information, cool, but don't tell me, well, you're doing this wrong and you're doing that wrong, and I've been doing this for over something years. I don't care if you've been doing this shit for over 1,000 fucking years. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. Yeah, give me information, but don't tell me my process is not working for me, because it is. And I'm not doing anything where I feel like somebody is going to reverse what I've done. I'm out here living pretty good, about to live even better. I'm looking for land and all this shit, so me, what works for me, works for me. What work for y'all, work for y'all. Give people information. Not everybody's going to want to do my process. Some people may want to do his process. That's fine, but people need to get that understanding. We all have information. Nobody's information is 1,000% fucking right, okay? So look, I was thinking, this is what I'm going to do, right? So, dude that told me that I could lock my shit down more, what I'm going to do, I'm going to ask him if it's okay for me, the information he was giving me, if it's okay for me to post his information. So whatever I'm lacking, you guys can piggyback, or that's more information that you guys could have. Because like I say, I'm just a guidepost. And people, if you give me information and it's credible and you can stand and you can show proof, I'll go ahead and I'll push y'all proof out. Because like I said, I'm not afraid of competition or sharing information with people. So I'm going to see if he'll allow me to do that. Because it seemed like some good information, even though I read it, but I really didn't read it. Skim through it because I'm not really worried about it, because I do me. That's all that matters. But yeah, I'm going to see, and then I'll post it, you guys, because like I said, then you guys... Yeah, so once again, I take anybody's information. As long as you're giving me good information, I'm all for it. Like I said, if you have good information and you're out here moving a certain way, I feel like it's really the time to give people the information and let people know. And if you're afraid to and you game me up and you teach me some stuff, if it's okay, I'll tell people. As long as you can show me the proof or I know exactly what you're talking about, hey, I'll give you a shout out. I'll point people in your direction. Like I said, when you're moving a certain way, it's so much money to be made. There's no reason to just hold information. Processes, yeah, I understand, but information all day, every day, you guys can have that for free. So I'm dead serious about that. I don't mind giving more information or pointing people in the right direction. I don't know everything. I'm just a guidepost to what I know and what I've done. That's it. And it seems like people don't understand that. I really vibe over here, y'all. Like, a lot of people, if you don't get to know me, people think I'm this stuck-up bitch because I dress a certain way, I act a certain way, but really, I be in deep thought, and I'm thinking about everybody, not just myself. That's how I am. But once you get to know me, I'm goofy as fuck. I'm hella airhead sometimes, you know. And that's just because I'm in a different dimension, you know. So a lot of things that y'all have to catch up and do, I feel like I've already done. But at the end of the day, yeah, I mean that. I love information. If you got information, fine. Just back your shit up, you know, or start your own class, start your own course. But everybody, we're pulling from pretty much the same blueprint, and we're just adding on. So nobody's correct. Nobody knows everything. You could be in this game 50, 100 years. It's still always more shit to learn. So if you feel because you've been in the game for so long that makes you better than somebody, I don't fuck with that. Okay, so we have that established, right? Like I said, I'll listen to anybody's information. If you're afraid to start your own platform or whatever, as long as you got real information, I'll post your shit. I'll give you a shout out. How else are we supposed to fucking learn if we don't look out for each other? You know, if we don't give information that is free and should be free away instead of holding on and trying to make money. Like I said, a process where you're telling people, I do it like this, I do it like that, and these are the results that I got, and the results are fruitful. Yeah, you should not give that away for free. That's your time, your energy, and you know it works, and people will burn your shit out, so then you'll have to come at a new angle. So no, that should not be for free, and it's not going to be free. But yeah, information, yeah. You could be in this game hella years. Don't think you know every fucking thing. Don't think because you've been in the game hella years that somebody didn't catch some shit that you fucking missed that you could do to, you know, lock your shit down better. I don't. Well, I'm going back to cooking. I'm making me some fried onion rings and some fried cauliflower. I got the munchies, and then I'm about to just go back to watching my little videos and chilling, doing what I do. Yeah. So I hope you guys is having a blessed day. I hope you guys are understanding who the fuck I am. Real cool, real simple type of person, you know. I just do me. Like, I want everybody to do them, but just make sure you're doing that shit well when you do you, and you stand on your fucking square. When you know you're right, you know you're right, you know. And be open to other information, and don't feel like you know everything, because nobody knows everything. If I knew everything, I would not fucking be here on this fucking planet dealing with a lot of you fucking humans. I am only a guidepost.